You are now listening to Fighting for Your Life podcast. I am your host, Miguel Ramirez. And on today's episode, we have a Jiu Jitsu blue belt, a combat veteran, and a wounded warrior and country musician, my friend Sal Gonzalez. Welcome to the show, Sal.
Boom, what's up, man? Thanks for having me.
Dude, thanks for being on here. I'm happy that we could make this happen. We've been talking for a little bit, trying to coordinate it, and we were able to make it happen in person. Dude,
yeah, dude, we've been trying to make this happen for like a little over a year.
Yeah, you're like, dude, I'm in Phoenix. Let's go.
Exactly. So, last minute too. I just texted you today. I was like, hey, I'm gonna be here, and I'm gonna be in your neck of the woods for like less than 24 hours. Yep. You got time for me?
Let's make it happen. Let's do it. But so Sal and I met at a Veterans Breakthrough retreat earlier this year. You guys probably have seen the episode that I put out where we recorded there. That it was an incredible retreat put on by Chris, Phil, Kyle, the guys from Veterans Breakthrough, and they do some amazing work. So definitely look them up. Sal, you guys can find Sal at Sal G Music.
Yeah, Sal G Music on all things social media. If you want to look at my website, it's at peglegsongs.com. I got an album coming out on the 11th.
There we go.
And I'm a spokesperson for the Wounded Warrior Project.
Awesome. Yeah, so make sure you guys go follow Sal. Check out the work that he's doing. He's got some amazing music out there. So, yeah, definitely go check it out. And, I wanted to get you on here, man, to kind of tell your story and just kind of talk a little bit about jiu-jitsu, music, the military, all of it, man. So, I know you had told me in the past that you were from L.A., from East L.A., right?
Yeah, Boyle Heights.
Awesome. Yeah. So what was your childhood like growing up? Was there any like military influence or anything like that?
Not really. I had a cousin that married a Marine. She married a guy that joined the Marine Corps, whatnot, and then they lived all over the place. But I wouldn't call him an influence on me. I once 9/11 came around and I was thinking about which branch then it was like, okay, that was like an influence.
Okay, got you.
There was no
thoughts of the military as a kid like that?
Exactly. No. I obviously, everybody thinks about it. Everybody watches G.I. Joe. Everybody sees a movie every now and again. They play soldier in their front yard or whatnot. But
yeah,
I never actually thought seriously. I'm a dirty hippie musician. I wanted to play music ever since I was 4.
Yeah.
My dad played La Bamba before me, and I've just been trying to be Richie Valens ever since.
So was that it? Was your dad a musician?
Yeah, my dad was a bass player.
Okay, cool. So growing up, you would see him jamming and playing and
early life. Yeah. He left when I was 5 and they officially divorced when I was 8, but he was always around, like in and out of the house. Before he actually left the house, there was a ton of guitars in the house. And that was always kind of a thing I remember about my dad was the music. Like no matter where we were, whether we were, in the Bronco driving around in the front seat without a car, without a car seat.
Yeah. That's back in the day.
Singing "Time Is on My Side" when it's not. Clearly not.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's, my biggest memories with music with my dad. And then when I started having curiosity to like play music, because I could sing, I was singing in choir and stuff early on, and then junior high, and then I started in high school playing in bands. But I think at 12 is when I asked my dad, like, hey, let me get a guitar. And I thought he was going to give me one of his like his nice guitars. Like he had some like awesome Flying V's. No, he sold them all for booze money.
It's like, oh shit.
I was like, come on, Dad.
You got nothing left?
Bruh.
Oh man. Dude, so 12 is that when you started playing?
Yeah, that's when I started learning.
No music in school or
recorder.
Okay.
Other than that,
regular kid stuff.
Other than that, I did choir, and so like they say that if you can sing, if you understand like how notes are put together and how they sound good, you can kind of figure it out on the guitar. That's never been my experience.
Okay. Yeah.
The guitar has always been alien to me and very hard. And it took a lot of years to get good at it.
So when it comes to like playing the guitar, is it like something that you feel, or I guess I'm sure there's like a structured way to learn, right? But then there's also just like picking it up and hearing it and playing with it. Like how is that? Like, what do you think?
for most instruments, it's like muscle memory and pattern recognition.
Okay.
Because you got to remember what position your hand is in for each chord and each variation of that chord. But some of the chords are kind of the same. And if you can pick up on the pattern, it's almost circular on the neck of the guitar. It's hard to really explain unless you're into music.
Yeah.
But the more you learn, the easier it becomes. But that barrier to when it gets easy is giant. There's a giant chasm. Like it's really hard to get comfortable enough to go, oh, and you start seeing it in everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Sounds like jiu-jitsu.
Exactly. It takes a long time. It takes a long time to go, oh, that's what a leg lock is. That's how you get out.
Yeah. You're getting wrecked the
whole
beginning.
Time. Just getting beat up by white belts.
Everything sounds like shit. You know, it's like, you know.
Yeah, and it sucks. And it sucks. Even when you're like good enough to play a song, you still suck in comparison to people that are good.
Yeah.
So
no,
there's always something to strive for.
You know, and kind of like jiu-jitsu, when you run into somebody that has been doing it and that is like another level, it's just so awesome to like watch, like the mastery of it, you know, like the levels of it, you know?
Yeah, exactly. But I feel that way about, okay, this is dumb, but the Book of Five Rings, Musashi.
Yeah.
You know, once you see the way in one thing, you see it in all things. And it's very true about all of it.
Yeah.
I see it in songwriting. I see it in storytelling. I see it in jiu-jitsu. I see it in guitar. I see it in everything.
Yep. Yeah. Dude, you know what's crazy? The Book of Five Rings, there's also this other book, Mastery, that's about something similar. Like when you master something, like when you know the way broadly, you see it in all things. When we were at that retreat, I met some people there, Ryan, Mastery in combat.
Yeah.
Dude, when that thought crossed my head, I was like, yo, that is crazy. That is crazy. Like to think in the military, you could master the guitar, you could master jiu-jitsu, mastering combat. And like when he was talking and Ryan, when he was talking and explaining stuff, I was like, dude, oh yeah, this dude knows. Like he is.
Yeah. Different.
You can tell.
Yeah. He thinks about it in a way that we don't.
Yeah. Crazy, man.
Yeah. That's really the thing you find out about it. It's like the deeper you get into anything, there's just a different way to think about it, right? Like chess, when you first start doing chess, it's like you think one or two moves ahead. And then by the time you get to where people are good, they're thinking 10, 20.
They've seen it all before.
Exactly.
You know, these patterns, like you said, the patterns, patterns are all familiar. They've played this, they've practiced it forever. But yeah, crazy. So you said the military wasn't really there, wasn't an influence or anything. So how was that? I think you mentioned a little while ago, like 9/11.
9/11
was that what did it for you?
Yeah, that was definitely it. You know, I come from a family of immigrants. Both my sisters, like they went to college on scholarships because they're smart.
Yeah.
My family. My grandfather started a business in the 70s. It's a restaurant in East LA that's still going to this day. So it's like I've got a lot to be grateful for to this country for just taking care of my family and the ability to be able to take care of things and the ability to start a business like that and just not only feed yourself but feed your family and feed family back home in Mexico. And I was always keenly aware of how lucky I was to be born on this side of the border.
Yeah, for sure. Dude, sometimes, especially today, like we take it, as crazy as things may seem and all the shit that may be happening. And dude, it's still, put it in perspective.
There's a difference between first world poverty and third world poverty.
Yeah.
There's a real difference.
And especially for somebody like you that's been overseas. I mean, Mexico's one thing, combat in the Middle East, that's completely something. I can't even speak on it. I've never even been there. So I don't. But I can only imagine that it's a different world, you know?
Yeah, but I mean, even there's places in Mexico that are so poor.
Yeah.
And, you know, my family's from a place that isn't exactly rolling in the dough. So we'd go to visit my grandma and stuff, and I'd be like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
None of these cobblestones fit. They're all different sizes. The sidewalks are all disjointed.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why is my Mickey t-shirt that on my cousin? Like you start putting stuff together at a young age and you realize how lucky you have it. And I was very grateful. So when I knew my country was going to go to war, I was like, well, I got to go do my part. Like I got to go sign up and do that. And that's when I joined the Marine Corps.
Yeah. So when did you go in?
October 21st of 2003.
Okay. Wow. Yeah. So about a year after 9/11. And then
I'd have gone earlier, but I wasn't old enough.
Yeah. You were ready to go. That was similar. I joined the delayed enlistment the month before, August 2001.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and then I left June the next year for the Air Force. But yeah, I mean, similar. I grew up in New York, and similar to you, I was just like, I was thinking about switching to the Marines because I was like, I want to be on the ground now. I mean, New York and the Twin Towers and everything.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, so that was definitely a crazy time. And for you to go in, what was like when you went through training after that? Was it straight to the desert?
Not really.
How did that work?
You get 3 months of boot camp. There's 3 months of the School of Infantry where they teach you how to be a machine gunner and all that. And then I got a 6-month workup with my unit.
Okay.
So it took about a year, a little less than a year to get me there, about, 10, 11 months or something. And then I was in Iraq, and I was only in Iraq for 2 months.
That was it?
Yeah.
Before the incident happened?
Yeah, before I got blown up.
That was it?
Yeah, for the 7th time. I got blown up 7 times total. I was there
in
2
2
months. 2 months, got blown up 7 times.
Holy shit, dude. I didn't realize it was just 2 months. That's crazy. That's insane. One thing that I wanted to ask you about is like in the military, we make some of the closest friendships, bonds that we'll have like for the rest of our lives. Like one of my best friends, best man at my wedding, was a dude that I went through training with for like 3 months.
Yeah. Dude, it's odd how hard you bond.
3 months. And then after that, like he went off somewhere else. I stayed here. Like we would meet up from time to time whenever we would, run into each, but that's been it, and it seems like when you do like the harder things are playing football and just grinding, practicing, going out and playing with your friends, like you make these bonds, the harder the thing is that you're going through, the closer your bonds are. How have you seen that? And have you seen that with jiu-jitsu at all?
Yeah, there is an odd closeness you have with people that you've trained with in the past. And there's gyms that I don't even go to anymore that I still reach out to on Instagram. Hey, man, how's it going? You know what I mean?
It's a similar thing, right?
It is very similar. There is a camaraderie in doing things that are hard that is bonding in such a deeper manner than just about anything else.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when you go through the suck, like in a combat zone when you're getting shot at, that's the highest level.
Ultimate level.
Yeah. I mean, ultimately, you and I met through one of my boys that I was in Iraq with, Kyle.
Yeah.
Kyle and I deployed together. So I saw that savage as a young dude going around.
That's crazy.
If you know Kyle, he's a monster on the mats, and behind a machine gun he was too. So
yeah, he's a beast. Yeah, shout out to Kyle at Veterans Breakthrough. Make sure you guys check out Veterans Breakthrough. They got the big tournament coming up this weekend. And if you guys are in Arizona, this will be coming out beforehand. Come out and support. They'll be out at Falcon Field. They're raising money for veterans. All the money goes to paying for veteran scholarships to do jiu-jitsu, to put on the retreat that we went on. Like all expenses paid for the veterans that go up there. And it's just an incredible opportunity to kind of connect with, similar people with similar backgrounds that have been through similar things. Because a lot of times it's hard to open up, and you can kind of share your experience. Like that was incredible. The retreat that we met at, it was an awesome time. What was your experience there?
It was great, man. Well, okay, so I've been a spokesperson for the Wounded Warrior Project for like 13 years now.
Dang, that's awesome.
They were there. I got injured October 31st, 2004. They were at my bedside 7 days later when I woke up.
So before working with them, they were there from the beginning. Man, that's crazy. So for people that don't realize the type of work that they do, that's what they do.
So at first it started as just like backpacks, because there was it was started by a bunch of civilians and a couple of veterans from like Bosnia and stuff like the in between wars. I like to call them like not Vietnam, but those. And they got injured, and they remembered what it was like waking up in a hospital bed.
Yeah,
and there's like none of your gear's there, your boots, your pants, your underwear, everything's been cut off your body. You're in a sterile hospital room with a gown that doesn't quite close all the way in the back, and all of it's borrowed. None of it's yours.
Yeah.
So like there's you kind of feel like a number. There's people coming in and poking you, and it's not regular hospital where they're like, "Oh, sir, how?" They don't care. They're like, "Come here, turn this way.
We got to do this. Let's go." Yeah.
Turn sideways, devil dog. Here.
Yeah.
And I joke. They took really good care of me at Bethesda, but you know, the organization felt that there was a need, and there was, and so they started just bringing backpacks, and it was going to be a one-time deal. It was going to be like, hey, we're going to drop off 100 backpacks. Sweet. They dropped them off, and the next week the hospital called them and was like, hey, we got another 100 dudes. Where's
Wow. Dude, that's crazy.
And that's how Wounded Warrior Project started.
That's awesome, man. Yeah. No, and for them to just be there after everything happened, and you know, that's the type of work that they do. That's incredible, because at that point is when I imagine like you need the most support. You know, you need to know like people are there for you.
Yeah, and just knowing that they're there for you, like knowing that you have a number to call that would be, because dealing with the military, dealing with the VA, you're a number. Like that's the only way they can deal with all of us.
Right.
There's so many of us that it's like you have to reduce everybody down to their social security number or whatnot. And having an advocate, whether that be somebody at Wounded Warrior Project or a DAV advocate or somebody that's going to go to bat for you. Yeah. Just having a number of somebody to call that you can complain to, that you can yell at, and they're not going to get mad at you.
Yeah.
is tremendous. And so from that day and from that, you know, those original backpacks, it's grown to helping veterans with the VA, helping them with physical health and wellness. A lot of us, you know, balloon up because we keep eating like we're in the infantry and quit exercising like everyone.
Yeah, you're not hiking anymore.
Exactly.
You're not rucking.
You're not hauling 50 caliber machine guns anymore.
Yeah.
There's financial stuff, like just financial planning, learning how to do budgets and stuff. If you need help with your career, they can help you get a job or
dude, that's amazing.
Work on your resume. And that's like, those are just 4 or 5 of 15 different programs that are always evolving, moving up and down. Whenever there's a need by our veterans, the organization comes together and says, all right, let's see if we can.
How can we do that?
How can we do this? Or who can we partner with that already does this and is already the best in the world?
Gotcha. Yeah.
So like for music therapy and stuff, we work with Creative Vets. Creative Vets is a 501c3 that started in Nashville by a Marine.
Okay.
His last name's Casper. I keep blanking on his first name.
What was the name again?
Casper.
No, the name of the organization?
Creative Vets.
Creative Vets, okay.
And they do like, they'll bring you to Nashville. They'll fly veterans to Nashville. They'll pair them with a group of songwriters, either 1 or 2, and they'll write their story, or they'll write a song with that veteran. And it's for 1 of 2 reasons. Either the veteran wants to get into songwriting and they can learn from veteran songwriters how it's done.
Yeah.
Or 2, they're not really into songwriting, but they want to have something that they can share with their family and be like, hey, this is kind of what I went through.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because sometimes you just don't have the words. You can't really talk to your loved ones about the stuff. I'm an anomaly because I'll talk to the wall about what happened to me. I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah. No. And to put it in music is incredible. Like the power that music has, like you could have those same words, but you put it to music, to a melody, man, the impact sometimes is just.
There's something special about music and rhyming and stories. And there's Harlan Williams was a songwriter, and he was quoted as saying that country music is 3 chords and the truth. And that's just my favorite type of music, is storytelling music. That's why I do country music.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, when we met, and I'll tell you right now, when we met, there was you had sang, well, first of all, I knew you were a veteran. Obviously, we met at the retreat. I didn't know you were a singer. Gotcha. And there was that when we were upstairs in the kitchen area and you started singing. And it was one of those moments where, like, at a certain point, I don't know if you hit a note or something where it just, like, made me stop whatever I was doing. And I was like, oh, something's going on here. And I just kind of turned. And then at that moment, I was like, all right, this is a special moment. And I mean, for you, like, you do this all the time. But I'm just letting you know, like, for me and for the other people that were there. And then also when we went downstairs, I think you sang Tennessee Whiskey downstairs for the guys that were playing pool. And then in the back, when you sang your song Heroes, dude, I told you then, and I just wanted to mention it again, is that those 3 moments are moments that I don't think I will ever forget, like, how I felt when you were singing. Thanks, I mean, in the kitchen and when we were downstairs was pretty special. But especially when you did Heroes, bro, like that was different.
Heroes is one of those songs that it's special. I wrote it and I still don't think I wrote it. Like I was in the room. I'm the one that put all those words on that piece of paper, but it seems like an out of body experience. And even then, the thing that I wrote down on paper is not the song that exists today. Like I took that song and it was disjointed. It was all, I mean, there was so much emotion wrapped up in that song and there wasn't a chorus. Like, like it was just
slapping stuff together.
Yeah, it was just like a long diatribe of how pissed off I was that people were calling me a hero.
Yeah.
and I set it to music and a bunch of it rhymed. And I was like, okay, there's something here. There's some really good lines in this song. Let me take it to the best songwriter I know at the time, which I just happened to have a songwriting session lined up with a guy named Arlos Smith. Arlos wrote the song Mayberry for Rascal Flatts all by himself.
Dang, okay.
And he's written a ton of other hits, ton of songs, and he's one of the nicest people on the planet and just really took me under his wing and taught me how to write songs when I was in Nashville, when I first moved to Nashville. And I took this song to him and I was like, hey, what do you think? He goes, this is awesome. Yeah. He goes, hey, there's no chorus, but this is great. He goes, this is a mess. And so he like chopped the whole thing and he goes, okay, here's your chorus and this is how this is. And so he literally like structured the song for me. The bare bones of it was there. The basic melody was there. There was parts where the chorus melody was there, but it was all literally just a run-on sentence. There wasn't anything repeated.
Yeah. No, it was cool because actually kind of getting ready for the show, I was going through and looking up some stuff and I found an older version of the song. There was one, I think it might have been put out by a radio station or something like that.
Yeah.
And I noticed that version was a little bit different than the latest version. And I was actually talking to my son. I was like, this is what happens. There's different iterations and you work on stuff and you refine it. And then eventually, some things you kind of tweak forever. But and art is kind of that way, right? It's like you always hear stuff. Like I was a rapper once, but it's one of those things. Like I never could get into my own music because I would be so critical of it. And you always hear it and then it's like, I could have did that a little bit better or I could have changed this.
That's the problem with older music is like the older you get, you're like, I should have spent the extra whatever to make this better or whatever, or I should have done that or I should have done that. And it's the curse of being a perfectionist and an artist is that you never know when it's done.
Right.
And so you just got to cut it off at some point. You're like, it's as good as it's going to get before the deadline.
On to the next thing.
Yeah. Let's keep moving.
And dude, the version of Heroes, I mean, the other ones were amazing too, but the last version that you got, I mean, it's just incredible. And I remember when you sang that song, it just completely changed my perspective. Like even for me, somebody that's been in the military and maybe even for some people that go to combat, like you hear the song and it might change your perspective on, what you hear, like Heroes. And, it starts out with, you getting thrown a party when you get back after getting blown up and thinking like everybody thinks like, dude, yeah, we're going to have a party for the guys when they get back. And it's a good thing. Yes.
Even like Kyle and the guys I deployed with, like looked at me. The first time I saw Kyle after we'd retired and been done, he looked at me, he like hugged me like I'd still been in the hospital for a while or something. Like he was almost treating me like a fucking doll. Like, you know what I mean? Like he was trying to be gentle, and I was like, hey brother, like fucking relax, bro. Like
I'm your buddy,
you're
dude.
my boy.
Yeah.
Like fucking take my leg, steal it, run away with it or something. Play a joke on me. Like, geez. So there's definitely that, and that's kind of why I wrote the song. I'm like, dude, I was just doing my job. That's all I was doing.
Yeah, yeah, dude. That kind of leads me to a question. Like, what is something that most people don't realize that like about somebody that's been that's in your position that got wounded in combat or whatever, like a misconception, like the kind of like about what you're saying, like the way they're treated or the way they think about them, that people wouldn't really understand unless they had your experience. What do you think?
For folks like me, I think the biggest misconception is that the physical stuff of my injuries was the hardest part. For those who haven't seen, I'm missing a leg. I've got a prosthetic. Learning how to walk again was super easy.
Huh. Yeah.
Like the bomb missed my knee entirely. I have shrapnel all the way up to my hip. So I'm super lucky in that my knee doesn't have any problems, and I can get along really well. If I wear pants, you can barely tell that I'm missing a leg unless you're like really paying attention.
Yeah.
It really, it sucks at the airport because they're always like, why do you need the
the special?
Special. I hold my leg up really high and they're like, oh, okay. Sorry. It was you
put it down.
walk so well. And they turn it into a compliment. I'm like, yeah, thanks. But that was like the easy thing. The hard part was learning to live with myself. Like I was, and it wasn't like, oh, I did horrible things over there. No, I did nothing different from any other soldier that's ever been to war. I shot dudes. I got shot at. I got blown up. It is what it is. The thing that I was upset about was I had a bunch of friends that died that were awesome people that were like, had they survived, they would have changed the world type of humans.
Yeah.
And I'm just a piece of shit, dirty hippie musician.
Yeah.
Like I don't have a high opinion of myself. So because of that, it's, there was a lot of years that I just drank and I hid from a lot of those feelings. Cause I just, it was too much to bear that I was the lucky one in that truck that day when it should have been somebody else.
Yeah.
It wasn't my fault. This is years of therapy, by the way.
Yeah, no, for sure.
It wasn't my fault. I know that now, all that stuff, but it still didn't stop me from like feeling guilty for breathing is the best way I felt, or I found to say it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I that's that's gotta be tough.
Yeah.
That's gotta be tough.
And then on top of that, I'm in Nashville. Like I'm fucking rubbing elbows with Kid Rock and people, you know what I mean? Like I'm doing things, I'm opening for people, and I'm living my dream, and my friends are still getting shot at. And I'm like, I feel like a fucking coward. Yeah.
Dude, that's crazy. Was there like a moment for you when like you were going through your recovery stuff or something that where like I'm guessing you had like a victim mentality for some time afterward. Was there like a shift in that, or a person or a moment that made your mentality shift, like, you know, enough of that? And did you have that moment?
Yeah. It wasn't that I was a victim. It's that I'd never heard anybody talk about survivor's guilt. I didn't know that was a thing. I thought post-traumatic stress was bullshit.
Okay. Yeah.
Like I grew up in East LA. I got shot at for the first time way younger than
before you were in the military.
Yeah, way before I was in the military. Like I saw a lot of wild shit growing up as a kid. So they talk about like hypervigilance. Yeah, I've had that since I was 10. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Hypervigilance. I always look. You mean driving down the road and looking in all my mirrors to make sure there's not a carjacker behind me like I've been doing since 92?
And when somebody walks by, you look back, make sure that...
Exactly. It's a symptom of growing up in the hood. I don't know what you're talking about.
I did the same shit, yeah.
I thought it was bullshit. I thought post-traumatic stress was BS. I was like, oh, that's for kids that grow up in the suburbs.
You mean situational awareness?
Exactly.
You know what I
was like, that post-traumatic stress is for white people. If you grew up in the suburbs.
Yeah.
But they don't tell you that it's all the other stuff too. It's the emotional stuff, and it's the stuff that makes you sad.
Mm-hmm.
And I have such a low self-esteem that I wasn't going to lift a finger to help myself. So there was just years that I just was drinking. I knew I shouldn't be drinking this much. I knew that I was in some ways dishonoring my friends' memories by like being... I wasn't a bad person, but I was an alcoholic. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I wasn't living to the extent that I could have been.
Right.
And that felt dishonorable, and it was just kind of a cycle of I'm just going to keep doing it to hide from that pain, and I'm going to keep doing it.
Yeah, because it's kind of like, I mean, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but like you have these buddies that, like you said, they could have been changing the world, and they're no longer here, and like here I am. You know, just like if they were here, they'd be freaking doing shit. You know, like
I'm writing songs. Like I'm rubbing elbows with people that I should be, but I'm just
and you're still getting down on yourself.
Every night I'm just drinking myself into oblivion.
So what do you do to like? What did you do to like finally get yourself out of that?
That's when the Warrior Project comes back in. They called me and I answered the phone randomly, and they go, "Hey, we haven't heard from you in a while. Do you want to go on this thing called Soldier Ride?" And I was like, "What's that?" And they're like, "You ride a bicycle with 40 other veterans." And I was like, "That sounds like fucking fun. Let's do it."
Yeah.
Because they weren't trying to like, dude, there's a lot of, when you're injured like I am and so visible, and I wear shorts all the time. I like attention. I'm a marketer's wet dream. You know what I mean? Like,
look at me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I got a lot of phone calls, and I would just, after the first like year, you start realizing what they're asking you, because you get phone calls from the same organizations time after time after time. You're like, okay, I know what you're doing. You're trying to get me to like your big events around these politicians and stuff. So when I got a phone call that's like, "Hey, we want you to go to Little Rock, Arkansas," I'm like, yes,
let's go.
Just hang with veterans. Done. You know what I mean?
That's cool.
So I went and I got on this bicycle, and I was around 40 other veterans, and we were all doing the same shit. We were all living the same way.
Yeah.
And they weren't trying to be rock stars. They didn't have like a great excuse for their drinking.
Yeah.
I had a great excuse for my drinking.
Yeah, I'm a rock star. That's what you're supposed to do.
Exactly.
You're right.
Hanging out with Kid Rock.
I'm just partying. Yeah. Dude.
Hey, dude, I opened for Kelly Pickler last night. What are you talking about? Of course I'm drinking.
Yeah. It's a celebration.
Yeah. And so there was, I realized after that trip that I wasn't the special little snowflake that I thought I was. And that's when I started trying to figure shit out.
Yeah. How did the music, and were you music has always been a part of your life, but how did the music and the Wounded Warrior Project come together?
So the music was always there, and they kind of came together the year after that Soldier Ride, because they called me again. They go, "Hey, do you want?" And at this point, I'm a year after that event. I'm not sober, but I'm like doing peer support with a bunch of other dudes that are trying to get, not again. I never quit drinking. I still like having a cocktail every now and again, but I have a limit of 3, and that's like my rule of thumb. I don't get drunk anymore. It might catch a buzz if I happen to drink those 3 drinks very quickly.
Yeah.
But I don't drink to hide from anything anymore. And so I just, like, full disclosure, I'm not like, I haven't quit drinking. I never quit drinking, but I digress.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm part of this group, and we're all slowly but surely cutting back on the things that we're doing, and we're all getting healthier, and playing shows for any charity that'll have me, because that's a thing that I wasn't doing. I was going out to these songwriter shows, and like trying to get my name out there, but I was like staying away from anything that had to do with charity, anything that had to do with the military. Very specifically, I was like, I don't want to be pigeonholed as like the one-legged Toby Keith that writes all the American songs.
Military. Yeah,
you know what I mean. So I stopped. I just didn't do any charity shows, and then after that Soldier Ride, I did every single one that I ever got asked to do. Yeah. And the next year they called and they go, hey, do you want to go on Soldier Ride? I was like, I can't. I've got shows. They go, okay, well, it ends on this day. We're having a show. Would you like to play at the show? And I said, hell yeah, I'll play at the show. And so I went, and I opened for Trace Adkins.
No shit.
Yeah.
Dude, crazy. Yeah. That's awesome.
They told me like a day and a half before, too. They didn't tell me.
Holy shit. That's cool.
So that was fun. And that's when it first like coincided. And then I had a buddy named Mike Jones who started a charity called Not Alone that was like doing like BetterHelp sort of, where you call and you get
like teletherapy type thing,
like that for veterans, but totally anonymous. So like even if you're in, you could call and get anonymous stuff. And
that's cool.
They're not going to call your chain of command and like ruin your career and stuff like that. Which for those who don't know, there's a huge stigma in the military. That's why people don't get help while they're still in the military, because if you say, I'm having trouble or I'm having thoughts of suicide or this, that, and the other, but you love doing what you're doing, they're going to pull you out of your job, even if you're still effective, even if you're in the early stages of asking for help and you're not really in crisis, but you're just trying to get over a speed bump. And that's why most people are just like, I'll just handle it after I retire, or after I'm done doing this job. Or,
and at that point, it's been piling up. And,
exactly. At that point, you got 20 years of stuff that you've been holding in.
Yeah.
So, I was working for them, and basically just putting on. They would put on shows in Nashville, and I would go and I'd play music, and I'd get all my buddies to come and play music, and we'd raise money for this organization. And I got the opportunity to go to Afghanistan to go like play a USO tour. And so I took off, everything was fine. I came home and I didn't have money in my bank account. And I called my boss. I was like, Mike, what the hell? And he goes, dude, we got bought out by a big company, Centerstone, and they terminated your job. And you've been in Afghanistan, so I didn't have a way of telling you.
Holy shit. Dude. Yeah. That's insane.
So I walked into my local Wounded Warrior Project office. I was like, hey, I kind of need a job. And they're like, okay. So they filled out a resume, and they're like, actually, you fit the bill for this spokesperson job.
No shit.
Yeah, man. And so I applied. I had to get a job at a bar. I worked at the Bluebird Cafe. I was at the Bluebird Cafe for 7 years. I was their head door person. I trained all of their door people. But at this point, I was already gone. Like, I'd stopped working there for quite a while. And when there was a long process to get hired on for Wounded Warrior Project. So while I was waiting to hear back from Wounded Warrior, I was working at the Bluebird Cafe.
Dude, that's cool. Dude, that's awesome. Like, the way it just worked out. Like, I mean, one thing just kind of led right into doing this. That's got to be,
yeah, man,
pretty awesome. Yeah.
You just got to do the thing. You just got to get out there and take the first step
and keep taking steps.
Yeah. And don't stop taking steps until you achieve something that it resembles what your goal is.
Yeah. Yeah, man. That is something that, I mean, you could apply that to everything in life. Jiu-jitsu. I mean, that's just something that it's like, dude, this thing is freaking hard, which makes me want to talk about one of the songs that's coming up on your album. But before we do that, I wanted to ask you, I heard you talk about how like music has always been like therapy for you.
Yeah.
Right? Can you share a little bit about how that is? Like, what does it do for you? Like, when you're playing music, when you're writing music, listening to music, like how is it therapy for you?
Well, music is therapy just about for everybody. Like, who hasn't had their heart broken and then listened to a heartbreak song and just felt like they've been seen, you know what I mean? And that's ultimately what music does. It makes you feel like you're not alone.
Yeah.
That's why I love sad music. Because it's like it's proof that there are other people that feel like me, and if they can make it, I can make it too.
Right. Yeah. Dude, for sure.
And so for me, growing up, I was always just like, I want to do that. And I always thought that like Usher wrote all of his songs.
Yeah, right.
I always thought that all these artists wrote all of their own songs.
Yeah.
And because again, I grew up loving like rock and rap, and in these genres, they kind of do for the most part write all their own stuff. So when I came to Nashville, I didn't even know that was a job. You could be a songwriter in Nashville.
Right. Yeah.
And so once I figured that out, I was like, oh, fuck, I just want to do that. I just want to write songs, let other people sing.
That's cool. Yeah.
And, but I have such a passion for singing that I was like, I got to record my own stuff, man. I can't not.
No, your voice is amazing too. So you got to get it out there for sure. Dude, that's cool.
It's odd, the difference between the way I speak and the way I sing too. I've been told that a lot, that I sound somewhat like a mix between like Chris Stapleton and like Teddy Swims and like something. And, but I speak like a 40-year-old lesbian that smokes.
Yeah. That's funny. Yeah, no, definitely check out the music. I mean, it's been awesome checking it out. I was just listening to I think you can hear like some of the pre or kind of like the demo.
You can
preview the songs from the album. So yeah, go check it out. And one of the songs that you have on there is Thing I Love the Most. Yeah. And I saw it, and as soon as I started I caught a clip of it, and I think it was just kind of like the chorus. And it just kind of made me think, like, it's the song is about like starting to hate the thing that you love. Yeah. Right. Can you tell, like, what was the inspiration for that song? How did you come up with that topic to write about?
I was driving to the studio, and my wife called me, and she goes, "You just missed your daughter's first steps."
Oh shit.
I'm a musician. I'm out. I'm on the road all the time.
Right. Yeah.
Between the music and the public speaking for Wounded Warrior Project, like I'm gone. I'm gone a lot. Yeah. And that's the hazard of this job. That is just what you have to do when you're a professional speaker or a musician. You just gotta go where the people want you, right? Right. Yeah. Zoom can only take you so far. Right. And I'm driving to the studio, and I've missed both kids' first steps. And first words and first poops and first everything, man. And damn near missed their births, but I got there. I was there for both of them. Yeah. So
but at this point, it's starting to add up.
At this point, I'm starting to feel bad. Yeah. And I get to the studio, and I should have been writing for a different artist. We were there to write at my buddy Jim's studio. Jim Johnson he's a platinum selling record producer. He's done like Lil Wayne, and he's done crazy stuff. So he asked me to come write for this artist, and I'm there, and we're writing for this artist, and like halfway through the day, I just start doing this ditty, and that's what fell out, starting to hate the thing I love the most. And that's the truth. I've loved music ever since I was a baby, ever since I was a little kid. It's all I've ever wanted to do is play music.
That's crazy. Yeah. Yeah. And that's gotta be a strange feeling, like just being pulled in two different directions. I mean, obviously the family and stuff like that. When I first heard it, not knowing what the song was about, and then knowing that we have this podcast and fighting for your life and everything, and it made me think about jiu-jitsu, because like my entire life I've been around fighting. My dad was a fighter. I watched the UFC since I was a little kid. My dad used to sell bootleg tapes, and those were the bootleg tapes and Faces of Death that he used to sell from his bag and all that shit. And we were always watching the boxing fights, and it was just always around. But dude, this thing that we do is fucking hard. Yeah. And sometimes, especially when you've been out and you come back in and you're out of shape, and like, dude, there's times that it fucking sucks. It almost makes you hate it. And then, but there's something that keeps bringing, at least for me and for a lot of people, I'm sure, it just keeps bringing you back. Like, I know this is good and I have this connection to it. Like, I don't see myself ever not doing it, but there's like this love-hate sometimes. Like, what do you think? Like, is it similar to that? And what do you do with, like, when you start hating the thing that you love? What can you do about that?
Number one, you shouldn't let it. It's a line at the end of the song. So at the end, I say, the last verse is, I'm learning to love the things I hate the most. It took so long for me to get the joke, how it should be a crime to let hate waste my time. So I'm learning to love the things I hate the most. But I'm still starting to hate the thing I love the most. And here's the only advice that I can give to that. You can get down on anything in life. You can hate your life in general. You can be in such pain walking around and such agony and emotional agony or physical agony that you feel like breathing is too difficult and you just want it to end. And I've been there. But the thing that always brings me out of that is counting the things that make life worth living, the things that are awesome, the things that are great, the things that I am truly grateful for, the fact that I live in America, that I can just turn the faucet on and drink the water that comes out of it, that I still have a right leg and 5 toes to count on. I can at least count to 15.
That's a different perspective.
I got buddies that are missing 2 legs. I got buddies that are missing 3 limbs. I got a buddy that it gets hard to complain when you're in the hospital with dudes and you're like, you know, you're outside smoking and you're talking shit and you're complaining, and the buddy you're complaining to is burned on 80% of his body. He's holding a cigarette with a hook and lighting it with 3 fingers that he has left on the other hand.
Yeah.
And it's hard to complain when you're around folks like that. So you, rather than complain, you start being like, okay, well, at least I have both hands.
Yeah, yeah.
And at least I can light my cigarette that easily. And I can go and masturbate tonight. Like, that's, you know what I mean? Like,
this dude's got to use a hook.
Exactly, bro. Like, he's got 3 fingers. What kind of grip strength are you going to get with 3 fingers?
That's crazy. That's all I need.
Yeah, exactly. Well, listen, I'm a ninja. Okay, here's question. Are you for or are you against hand jobs from women?
Well, you know, the best, the first step to the best hand jobs, right? Use your mouth. Step 1, use your mouth.
Obviously.
I mean, I'm down with a handy.
Okay. I'm not, and I'll tell you why. When I was in the Marine Corps, I learned how to jerk off in a porta shitter that hadn't been cleaned in a month and a half.
Oh God.
In 120-degree weather, my hands are black belts at jerking me off. Geez. Do you think I'm going to let you close to my dick with your white belt hands?
Get off of me. What are you doing? You don't know what you're doing. Yeah.
Dude, rough, jug it, just jerking on it too hard. You don't know which way to jerk it. You're going backwards. No lube. What's wrong with you? No. Just either use your mouth or...
You want to do it right, you got to take care of it yourself.
Hey.
That's funny. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I'm a black belt. Don't get away from me with your white belt hands.
Oh man. Yeah, dude. But yeah, fucking black belt. Yeah, black belt hands right here.
I'm telling you, dog. I'm telling you.
But yeah. So, dude, with the music, was there ever a point when, like, you doubted yourself? Like, I don't know if this is for me. I don't know if this is gonna work.
Last night. I don't know. Yeah, really? every day. Yeah,
really?
All day, every day, man. It's this business is great. It's awesome, and it's difficult, and it's partially how good you are. It's partially who you know, and it's partially luck. Like, just meeting the right people at the right time in your career when you are at the right level of good enough. And
being prepared at that right moment.
Exactly.
And,
And who knows? Like, did I miss my window? I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe. Is that window still coming? Who knows?
There might be more windows.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so I just keep plugging away because I don't know how to. If I never make a dime playing music, I'll do it until I'm 105. I will do it until I die because it's what I love to do.
Yeah.
If you're trying to do music because you want to get rich, here's the thing. If you're trying to do anything because you want to get rich, don't fucking start. Because you should do it for the love of the thing.
Right.
And music has definitely enriched my life. Whether or not I would have done it as a profession.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that for sure.
Because when I say it's therapy, it's anything bad that happens to me, I write. Anything that I have, any thoughts that I might have about, I have thoughts about canceling people, and I wrote a song about that. And you know what I mean? Like there's songs about everything, and you can write other people's stories, and I've helped like 3 or 4 veterans write their stories.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's just it's a gift that gives and gives and gives, and all you got to do is give it a little bit of your time.
So with that, back like I mentioned earlier, back when I used to write music and make rap music and all that kind of stuff, I was there was a show that we were gonna do, and there was 3 of us. And I'm the kind of person, like, if I know I have a show coming up, like we had our beats, and when I would go to work, I had my headphones on and I had like a pad in my back pocket, and I would just sit there, working on aircraft, doing sheet metal work. I'd be drilling like just the entire time, just fucking head bobbing. And then I got a line. Oh shit, pull my pad out, write it down real quick, put it back in my pocket, keep working, head bobbing all day, get another line. And it was just 8 hours a day listening to the same fucking beat that by the time you're done with it, you're sick of this freaking song. But I have a friend that we were recording with that we were going to get together on the weekend to record the song. When the weekend comes, I have my verse, the other guy's got his verse, and the other dude's like, well, I didn't really feel it, like I wasn't really feeling it. So it just never really came to me. And then he ended up using something else, or kind of like recycling something that he had written before. And I've heard people talk about like artistic endeavors. I don't know if you've heard of Jocko Willink, where he talks about, I've heard him talk about his process for writing books. It's like 1,000 words a day. Sit down, 1,000 words a day. He's like, everything's not going to be great. A lot of this stuff you'll throw away. You can build on some of this other stuff, but 1,000 words a day. And I've heard so many people talk about like when you're artistic and creative, that it doesn't, like, you can't force it. It has to come naturally. But it also kind of seems like there has to be, it's like the dichotomy, because it's like almost like if you're creative and artistic, a lot of times it seems like there's less discipline. And like, what are your thoughts like when it comes to being creative and music, and like the discipline versus like the flow? It's
both. At first, when you first start, it has to be inspiration based. Right?
Okay.
Because that's what's going to go, eureka, and you're going to go write this. That's the thing that's going to get you off your ass to write.
Right.
As you get to where you want to be a professional at it, it can't be eureka. It's got to be every day.
Right.
And you're not going to write a hit every day. You're going to write some shitty lines.
Yeah.
You're going to write some bad songs.
Yep.
You're going to repeat yourself. You're going to have a dumb euphemism, and you got to get them out. You got to get the dumb stuff out to get the good stuff. Like, you have to dig through the coal to find the diamonds.
Yeah. Because the dumb stuff, the good stuff, like when you're inspired, a lot of times it's good stuff that's coming out. But the dumb stuff's not really. The dumb stuff will come out when you're doing that disciplined work that it's like, shit, I got to sit here and I got to do it. It's like, oh, that fucking sucks. And then you keep it. But that's how you build and get better, you think? Yeah, that's how you get. I mean, you just got to do it. It's like time and service, right? Like, you got to do the thing. You have to know how to shrimp before you learn how to escape. Right. Yeah.
You got to learn how to put syllables together and rhyme them together before you can write a whole song.
Yeah.
You know, you got to do the work. There's no way around doing the work. Now, Jocko is a little fucking extreme for me.
For sure.
1,000 words a day is wild. Okay?
Yeah.
The greatest, like, most prolific writer of our time is Stephen King, and he does like maybe 10 pages a day.
Does it? Yeah, I don't know if it was 1,000, but I know at least for him, like he's a fucking robot type dude. You know, it's like whether it was 500, 1,000, he's like, I'm fucking up at 4. You know, I'm writing.
Now, granted,
you know what I'm saying?
I don't put it past him that he's writing 1,000.
It could be, yeah, it could be.
Like he could absolutely. I put nothing past that man. I met him. He's one of the most disciplined people I've ever met in my life.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't have that discipline. I wish I did. A lot of it for me is inspirational. So like when it comes to me, I write it down. But I also mostly co-write these days.
Okay.
So I don't really write songs by myself. I mostly set up appointments with people, and then we get together and I show them all my ideas. I say, I have this idea for a song. I got this idea for a song. I got that idea for a song.
Okay.
What are you feeling?
Well, I imagine that's got to be a completely different way of creating.
Different thing entirely, man. You got to learn how to do it.
That whole process, the thoughts that are going together is, I can imagine. That's just a completely different thing than you sitting there with a notepad or listening to something.
When you're younger, you're basically writing songs by yourself. So you're sitting there with a guitar and you're like, this goes there and this chord comes after that. And okay, what am I going to sing now? And it takes forever, and it takes you like 4 days to write a song. And it's like, when you're first learning, it can be a thing, and then you get good at it, and you're like, I can write a song in like a day, or I can write a song in a couple hours, and you get better and better, and then you get to where people, it's their business to write songs, and they get songs done in an hour, 2 hours. They get 3-4 writing appointments in a day.
That's crazy.
And each time they're writing a coherent, finished song from beginning to end with timestamps for solos, and usually you get a demo. These days you get a demo with AI. They'll come up with a beat right in the second. They're like, what's the beat? They'll show you, and somebody on their computer with GarageBand will put out a track, and you just record it right then and there. Everybody leaves with something on their phone that's like they could play for a record executive.
It's insane, dude, what you can do now. Yeah, it's freaking nuts. That's pretty crazy. And with all that, like you said, the AI stuff is...
It's crazy. I haven't messed around with that much. I need to start messing with it, because it's too powerful of a tool to just leave on the table.
Have you heard the AI country song, Big Booty Latinas?
No, but I have heard all of the 50 Cent.
Oh yeah.
Stuff. Like, have you heard the Afro Man?
No.
Oh, dude, there's
the Because I Got High?
Yes. It's not Because I Got High. What's his other one? There was another one that he did that's great.
Yeah, there was another one.
That was like his other big hit.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, Colt 45.
Yeah.
Colt 45 with 2 zigzags.
Yep.
Well, they do that as like a soul.
Oh, really?
It's great. It's so good.
Dude, crazy. Yeah, look up the Big Booty Latinas. Don't play it around kids. Incredible song. One of my new favorite country songs aside from Sal's music.
Yeah.
But it's fucking nuts.
Dig it.
But yeah, I wanted to ask you about your so is there anything that from being a musician helps with your jiu-jitsu, you think, or anything from jiu-jitsu that helps with your music? How do they relate to each other in any way? What do you think?
Yeah, I think there's a creativity that I approach my jiu-jitsu with that most people don't. Just most people don't. But it's also because I have to. I'm missing a leg, so like I have to come up with creative ways to do things that there's not a move that my instructor can show me.
Right.
He's got both his legs, and that's the way it's been my whole combat sports career. Like as long as I've been doing MMA, as long as I've been doing jiu-jitsu, as long as I've been doing it, I have to figure out how to do it.
Yeah.
You can
make it work for you.
At best, my coach can guide me, but I got to make it work for me.
Right.
Because I just don't have the whether it be the strength in the left foot or the left foot to push off and shrimp with, or anything else. I mean, now And again, with time and service and competence in the given activity, you start to see patterns and you start to see things you can do. I'm learning how to choke people out with my nub now, folks.
Yeah, I remember you were putting that shit in people's necks up at the retreat.
Dude, it's nasty. I can be, and I'm better at it now, but you can be nice with it or you can be nasty with it. And if
dude, that's like,
yeah, if I'm rolling with Kyle, I'm gonna be nasty, Kyle. I mean, now just jab my nub right into your throat,
right there.
But like if I'm rolling with my friends at the gym or whatnot, I do the opposite one where it's. Did I get you on the armbar dilemma?
No, I don't think you did.
It's modified mount with where I've got the arm and I'll wrap my nub around your neck and use my hand behind your head to grab my own nub and choke you with it. Oh, shit. And so it's like, do you want to get choked with my leg or do you want to give me the arm bar?
Dude, that's slick.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's
I like
fun.
It. Dude, that's awesome. Yeah, so before we get out of here, I wanted to see like what if you could jam with somebody or train with somebody living or that's no longer here, who would that be? Let's do jam with somebody first.
Jam with somebody. If I could jam with somebody, it would probably be, oh geez, like
got you on the spot.
God, that's such a hard question, man. I love so many songwriters. You know what? I'd love to write a song with like Phil Vassar.
Okay.
Phil Vassar is one of my all-time favorite songwriters. I want to say that my first thought was Travis Meadows, who nobody knows who he is. He's a great songwriter. Look him up. He's got a great album called Killin' Uncle Buzzy. He wrote a song for J. Cole and called We All Want What We Ain't Got. Amazing songwriter. But he's alive still. I got a shot at writing with him. So I'm like, let me see who.
Gotcha.
Who
yeah,
else?
that could still happen.
Yeah, that could still happen. As far as who, if I could roll with anybody,
or train with somebody.
With anybody. Dude, I met Randy Couture recently.
Dude, I saw that. How was that?
Awesome.
Where was that you met him?
It was in Tennessee.
Okay.
He's a spokesperson for a brand of whiskey called Four Branches. It was started by 4 veterans.
Okay.
And they were in Tennessee doing like a taste and whatever at this liquor store, and a buddy of mine is friends with him. So I stopped by and I was like, hey man, I'm coming. I'll buy a bottle of whiskey if it means I can meet Captain America. You know what I mean? So
dude, that's awesome.
Listen, I've been around an awful lot of famous people. I've opened for Taylor Swift. I've opened for fucking Charlie Daniels. I've opened for Lone Star. Fucking Aaron Lewis opened for me. Damn. From Stained.
Yeah.
I've done a lot of really cool shit in the music world.
Yeah, you've been around all kinds of people.
Nobody makes me nervous like fighters make me nervous.
Really?
I get so nervous when I get
you get all geeked out and shit.
I turn into like a fangirl, dude. I get all excited. I'm like,
can I get a leg kick,
Mr. Couture? Mr. Couture, it's so nice to meet you. Yeah, dude.
Dude, you should do like, can I get a leg kick? You let him just like have pants on, let him kick it off.
I've done that.
Like, oh,
you laugh.
shit.
I've done that.
That'd be funny.
No, man. I get nervous around fighters. So I met Randy. I'm probably gonna get to train with him because again, my friend is friends with him.
Okay,
so I'm probably gonna actually go out to Vegas and train with him.
That's awesome.
But if I could train with anybody alive or dead, it would probably be like Helio or Carlos Gracie.
Okay.
Like the 2 OGs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like just try and figure it out from there. Just to see their perspective.
Go to the source.
Yeah, just to see what it was then. To see, or even like Helio in his 80s, like right before he passed, just to roll with him and see what he was teaching then. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
If it was alive, it'd definitely be Hickson. Just because I'm a Hickson fangirl.
Yeah, that'd be all Hickson, Hodger.
Or Demetrius Johnson.
I was gonna say GSP, Demetrius Johnson are two of my big time favorite ones.
I like DJ because he's so creative in the things that he does. It's like, not that GSP wasn't creative, but he was like blast doubles, hold people down. You know what I mean? Like it was a different kind of jiu-jitsu than what Mighty Mouse was doing.
Yeah, like that flying armbar that he hit on. What was it, Ray Borg or whatever?
That mouse trap is amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Again, fangirl. I get really excited when I see fighters.
Yeah,
you ever want to see old Sal flustered? Just bring a professional fighter and meet Sal. Make sure he's in the top 15 though.
Yeah. Oh man. So before we get out of here, I wanted to ask you, what is like a quote or like a song lyric that captures your life right now? What do you think that would be?
Easy like Sunday morning.
There you go. Life is good.
Life is good.
Life is good. The album is coming out November 11th.
November 11th, self-titled.
Sal Gonzalez. Where can people pick that up?
Everywhere. You can get it on iTunes right now. You can pre-order it. If you're listening to this after November 11th, you can just stream it.
Stream it everywhere.
I would rather you buy it. Go to iTunes and buy it. I need your $4.
There we go. Let's go. Pick it up on iTunes.
It helps. Because what people don't know is that if you listen to it 10 times on whatever streaming platform, that counts as one play.
Oh, really?
It counts as one. I
had no idea. Okay.
The conversion rate's terrible. So buy.
Wow.
Go buy.
Okay.
I'd appreciate it.
Well, fucking put it on repeat and let that shit run for
Yeah. Just hit play and repeat and then mute it and go to sleep.
Yeah, just let it run. But pick it up. Also, make sure you guys follow Sal at Sal G Music. You can also go to peglegsongs.com. Make sure you follow Sal everywhere. Wounded Warrior Project. Look at them. woundedwarriorproject.org. Make sure you guys support them. Check out the work they're doing because obviously, like we've been talking about, they do some incredible work. Check out the guys at Veterans Breakthrough. Whatever you guys can do to support them. Come out to the tournament.
Yep.
And thanks you guys for being with us. And we'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.
Peace.